I have no idea how this is going to sound. Um, my fan's blowing. I have to keep them going for my dog. And this is cracking me up. I downloaded UCam and playing with the settings, and it's putting makeup on my face. I'm sitting here with no makeup at all. And it put eyeliner on me and a little bit of lipstick and some blush. Foundation. I'm cracking up. I got a little border here. Uh, Anywho, I watched Aiden's live that he did 3 days ago. So, hey, Aiden, if you see this, and Lady Blind Wolf, if you see it, I don't know. Everybody's probably busy right now. I don't expect anyone to show up. It's been so long since I've even been on. This looks so weird. The makeup is trying to keep up with my face. I'm so easily amused. This is cracking me up. Anyway, oh me, everything is pretty much going along as it has been. I've been wanting to get back to doing videos. I got a little bit discouraged because of the drama that erupted here a few weeks back. Put up a video and I took it down. And the reason, what I said in the video was correct. You do you, I do me. That's a principle that I hold true across the board. And this is cracking me up because maybe I need to just hide myself from me. It looks so funny. I'd have to shut everything down and redo it. I don't know if I can just it while I'm here or not. Let's see. Oh me. Elements. Da, 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 da. I don't remember where I found it. Oops. I can't find it now. There was something on here to do the makeup thing, which I thought was hilarious. I was playing with it, now here I am stuck with this weird looking eyeliner. I don't know, I'll play around with it later. But, anywho, everything Aiden said in his video I agree with, which I usually do agree with Aiden. We're pretty much on the same page. I am very much a live and not live person. You do you, I do me. You make whatever you want, so make it your own. I'm okay with that. It's distracting, very distracting. But anywho, minimize that. The reason I took that video down that I made is because of what I saw on Facebook. And it does not mean that I am against anybody. I'm not. We all make our own choices, and you live with the consequences of the choices you make. All of us do that, like it or not. It's the way it all works. I saw so much hate. Hello, Smokey. This is my, this is my cuddle bug. This is Smokey. Mwah. The hate that I saw that was spewed so freely, it was heartbreaking. Um, Very discouraging for me. Just because you disagree with somebody or have a different point of view doesn't mean you attack them so viciously and cruel. And to me, that has become too commonplace and too accepted. Call me old fashioned. I grew up at a time when the least thing you could be was respectful and polite to common courtesy. People are way too free with spewing hate, being vicious, mean, and That's not who I am. When I put that video up, I was not saying anything wrong at all. I believe in owning your own shit. I live by that. I own my own shit. And I own my shit with that video, and uploading it was being seen as putting me in a certain class of us versus them or them versus us, and that's not what I did. I was trying to say, live and let live. But there's more to it. I'm trying to word this very carefully. Personally, I hate, loathe, and abhor the church in general. There are certain branches of it that are fine because they're liberal, they're open, they're kind, and they actually walk with it. The majority do not. Sorry, but it's true. I deal with religious trauma syndrome myself, and I saw that being mocked. That's not acceptable. It's just not. That's not the correct thing to do in my opinion, from my point of view. If you think it's okay to go around and make fun of people and call them names and be hateful, it's your choice. Me, it's my choice. Is that way. As Aiden says, we're all adults here. I'm not going to dictate to anybody what to believe, how to act, how to react, what to say or not say. I am just explaining my point, which I have a right to. I love tequila. I love everybody very much. What I will say, the flip side of my original video, which that video was basically saying we each have a right to decide our own path. That's our free will. That comes from source itself. There are a whole bunch of people nowadays that want to take that away from all of us. And you better understand what I'm saying and understand they're coming after you. If you're not in their little clique, their little club, their special, specific church denomination, you're a target. Period. I don't care if you're pagan, Wiccan, Buddhist, Hindu, whatever. If you're not in their fundy or evangelical branch, they're coming for you. If they can get power to it. And that's a fact. It's in Project 2025. Look it up. Don't take my word for anything. Look it up for yourself. Get off your ass and research. Check it out. It's amazing what you can find if you don't just listen to one little group. Look at the big picture and read the words that they put out themselves from their fingers or their keyboard. That program that they put out on the internet, it's out there. It's in your face. So I'm just saying, wake up. Or stay asleep and sleepwalk off a cliff. Lose every liberty you got. All of it will be gone. All ALL. So, that being said, back to this. This is my part for myself. I am not going to minimize anybody's struggles in this life. I believe, my personal beliefs, we come into this life to learn lessons, to experience things. Hello, Melissa. Thank you for showing up. And maybe some of these lessons are learning how to stand up for yourself, to say no. Or maybe that lesson is to look at every religious path and experiment, test this one out, that one out, and bring that in to your collective understanding. There's so many, there's billions of us on this planet, okay? Billions and billions of people on this planet. And no two of us are exactly alike. So I'm very liberal and open-minded about this. But I do still believe that there should be some kind of boundaries in how we treat each other. One of the things that been said in that Bible that likes to be beat over some people's heads if they're not reading what they're beating the head with. You still wonder others as you would have them. And as much as you love them, etc., etc., as much as you have done it to the least of these, you've done it to me. That by this they'll know you belong to me, that you love one another. I can go home. I used to walk that path, okay? And I believe it. I believe it wholeheartedly. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Liz. I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope her passing is peaceful. Yesterday was the anniversary of my mom. Hello. Hi, girl. How you doing? Yeah, I'm just trying to catch up on some things. I'm covering a little drama that happened. Um, like I had said in that video, I basically was saying, every to each their own. You do you and I do me, and own your own shit. I saw a lot of crap flying after the eruption, and I did not want to be falsely portrayed as hardcore taking sides in anything because I can see on both sides. I support everyone's right. If you want to change your path, you want to change your belief system, whatever, do it. But don't turn on those that you want to walk the same path. That to me is bull. We saw that happen with Dory years ago, and it really caused a lot of problems. So I think that's a big fear people have. Where I'm at right now in my life, I'm not actively practicing anything, holidays, and all that stuff. I'm going inside. I'm doing more and more meditation, studying up on things. I don't, um, I don't know. I have so many questions. For me, our path is acting on what is inside, of using the environment around us to affect change in a positive way. And bottom line, it should be based in love. And there's just no excuse for me in my life. There's no excuse for me to ever be cruel to anybody, to call people names, to tear someone down, to viciously attack them. I don't care what the justification is. You can agree and disagree on different subjects, but be personally cruel and hateful, it's just ugly, and to me it's wrong and it's damaging. You're not helping, you're hurting somebody. Ideally, we should be here for each other. And if you don't agree with somebody's beliefs, you don't have to be ugly. I'm just, I don't know. I mean, am I the only one? I don't know. Hello, baby. How you doing, Foster Pro? Good to see you. Good to see you. So I'm just doing this a little bit, and I saw what Blue Knight had put out there. And I think he was kind of surprised that I took the video down, but I had my reasons, as I explained. When I saw what erupted on Facebook, I'm not part of it because it was ugly and it was mean and it was cool. Little Cosmic Crow can tell you, Lady Blaumer can tell you, Aiden can tell you, people that really know me, Green Owl can tell you. That's not who I am. It's not. I'm not going to go out there and start. You're a BITT. You're going to do this and you're that. And you're ugly and mock and make fun of them and just take joy in being cool. I can't do that. It's not who I am, and I'm not part of that. So I believe she has the right to choose whatever path she wants. All of us do. And my sincere hope is that she doesn't get sucked in to a fundamentalist branch that turns her, because I've been there and done that as far as understanding the mindset, okay? I've been in the fundamentalist evangelical branch churches. Okay, and they love. I'm gonna say this, and I'm not being ugly. I'm saying it as it is. Hear me. They love to get somebody that is a former pagan, witch, Satanist, whatever, and use them as a trophy. Look how great Jesus is. Jesus saved them from this horrible, ugly thing in hell and blah, blah, blah. And they use it. They use that person. It's ugly what they do. And they'll turn that person against people that were formerly their dearest friends. And I'm going to say this because of things I went through in my past. I learned the hard way. The people that were there for me when I needed them most, they didn't go to the church. It was the New Agers. It was the Wiccans. It was the pagans. They're the ones that were there to help pull me up out of the ditch that the church had suffered in. When I went through my first divorce, I was down in Georgia. I was whole board Christian, honey, let me tell you. My father-in-law was a Free Will Baptist preacher. I taught Sunday school. I even had children's church. And when everything hit the fan with my marriage, because he was very abusive to me, extremely abusive, I couldn't take it anymore. So I put my son and our stuff as much as I could carry with me, and I went to a friend's house. I was singing the gospel quartet at the time. He and his Free Will Baptist preacher dad, who he had contacts all over Georgia, down there below Atlanta, found out where I met. They pulled up the driveway, and my ex kicked in the door, beat me, tore the place up, grabbed my son who was screaming, "Mommy, mommy, mommy, daddy, I want my mommy," kicked out the front door, and when I went to the police, they laughed at me and said, "Somebody beat you up, knocked you around. Didn't hurt you, did you some good." I'm standing there covered with bruises when I went to the circuit court judge to swear out a warrant for assault. He laughed at me, said the same thing. Said, "Do you some good." The warrant disappeared. When we finally wound up in court, the whole church bore false witness against me. The entire church. You hear me? All of them. I can remember walking out of that court after they gave me custody to my abusive ex and falling on my knees screaming, "Why? Why? When I'm the one that's the victim here. Why am I victimized again? This is wrong." I don't want to lose this, so hang on a second. Regroup. This is very painful to relive for me. Yeah, I agree with you, honey. I agree with you. Yeah. My point in sharing this is to understand where I'm coming from. I know firsthand how evil people can be and claim they're doing it in the name of God. Okay. It's hard. And I saw people being mocked that were saying they had religious trauma syndrome and that was triggering them. That was ridiculed. Anybody sharing their side of things was being ridiculed and attacked. And I'm like, that's not what this is about. And that's not what I was doing. I wasn't attacking anyone. I was crying out, "Please, calm down. Calm down. If that's the way she wants to go, that's the way she's going to go. We can't control each other that way. We're not supposed to. We're all born with free will. And if you want your choices respected, you need to respect the choices of others." Yeah, the narcissists are really bad. It's almost like an epidemic of it. I agree. Um, but anyway, I wanted to clarify that. That's why I took that video down, because I did not want it used for somebody to try and drag me in this court or that court. I don't have anything against anybody. All I'm saying, I'm calling out the ableism, the ages, the cruelty, the name calling, um, just all the bullshit. Own your shit. If you're one of those that started running around calling people names, own it. Own it. Be mature enough to own it because you know, you know it's wrong. You know it's wrong to do that to other people, especially people who are supposed to be on the same path you're on, that are supposed to be your brothers and sisters, your fellow travelers in this path. Because there aren't that many of us. There aren't that many of us compared to the rest of the world. And another thing I want to address while I'm on here is cosplay. It's what, in my mind, I go to. I'm a sci-fi nerd. I love Star Wars and Star Trek and all that good stuff. And I've been to sci-fi conventions. They're a ton of fun. People dress up. Okay, they'll dress up like Captain Kirk or uh, Luke Skywalker, but you're not them. You're cosplay, costume playing at being that person because it's fun. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Cosplay is awesome until you're cosplaying at being spiritual. This is where it's vitally important, in my opinion, to be as genuine and honest as you can, including with your own self. Most of us aren't. It's hard. It's hard to get that honest. And really and truly, I think maybe what's happened, this is one hell of a chance for the whole community to do some serious shadow work on themselves in this. Instead of justifying anything that you've said or done, examine it honestly, impartially. Step outside of yourself. Step outside of yourself. This thing that you are right now, this character that you're playing in this life. Because there's a real you that's in and beyond. The best representation to me of this is Avatar, the movie Avatar, where he inserted his consciousness in this alien body in order to interact with these aliens on the other planet. That's us. That's exactly what we're freaking doing right now. We're spiritual entities that have put on this body. We've inserted ourselves in here and taken on this identity, this personality, this belief system. We're going to do this in this lifetime. We're going to do that in this other lifetime. And it's all learning. It's a giant school. But we limit ourselves in what we can learn and do if we're just faking it. I don't know. I hope I'm making sense. Does that make sense to you guys? Oh, I understand it. It's tough. It's tough. Yeah, and I do too. And I'm not knocking it as far as going to sci-fi. I'm talking about applying it to our real lives ourselves. It's too easy to fake things. And I see a lot of people who dress up goths or do this or that or the other that looks witchy. To them, it's the aesthetic. I think that's what they've been calling lately is the witchy aesthetic. That makes it shallow. To me, this path is beyond labels. That's one of the reasons I don't like the label witch because it's used by our enemy, and they are our enemies, people. You better understand. They hate us. I'm not their enemy, they're ours. They want to stamp out anybody of any other belief system, okay? And they love to grab on and label witch, you're a witch, you're a witch. We've seen a certain creature do that, haven't we? It's beyond that to me, because it's personal responsibility is a strong part of it. If your spells aren't working, why? You have to go inside yourself and figure out what am I missing? Look around you. Is there something in my environment that's blocking me? Or I have an attitude that's blocking me? Excuse me. You don't see that in most other paths. Think about it. Buddhism, you do. And I'm sure there's some people in every religious belief system that do inner working. Most people. This path, if you really want to function, you need to deeply connect with Mother Earth because we depend on her for physical lives to learn all these lessons, and spirit. We are a junction between earth and spirit that meets in us. And within us, we embody all the elements. All of the elements are in us. We're the pinnacle. We are the living pentagram. Okay? We are the living representation of everything in us. And that should be honored. That should be respected. Ideally, in my opinion. I don't know if anybody's believes that way. I don't know. I hope so, but that's what I'm trying to explain. I don't care what your religion is. You do you. Just don't come at me with your religion. I don't care what your gender is, or no gender, many genders, or whatever. I don't care. You do you. And blessed be. Live and let live. You know? I want to walk in love. To me, love is the way. Everything in every religion, sooner or later, goes back to love. And what I'm seeing in the world around us is hate, evil, cruelty, mockery. And it's binding us, tying us in knots. It's not life affirming, it's life destroying. It's very destructive. If anything, those of us in this path should totally embrace love and life affirming attitudes. So everybody has got to make their choice. My choice, as far as this drama is concerned, I'm out of it. I'll always love to kill. I'll always respect her. With all my always. She's doing her. If she gets drug into the fundamentalist thing and lets them turn her into a trophy, that's the path she's going. If she turns on her former friends, she'll reap what she sows. She's walking her walk. And one thing I do know about her, just from everything we've seen from her all these years, I think she won't have much problem owning her own shit. And I think she'll come to her senses. She says something about feeling kind of empty. I think she may have, because a lot of us, I think, have gone back and forth. It took me a couple times, like 3 times, walking away before I completely cut the cord with that path. And a lot of it was because of teaching me. And if you guys ever want me to, I'll do a thing about it. Because if you have any fears about hell, I want to lay them to rest. Okay? I may do this again and just focus on the teaching of hell and bring out some things. Because I had to go through it myself to break free. Because that is a teaching that is literally damaging. That fear is implanted so deep that if you don't want the way they say, oh, I'm going to burn every torture forever, never, 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 never. It's a horrific, it's the worst teaching on earth. But I just don't want to see her go through that and get traumatized herself. She's already been through enough, and she's lost family members that she loved, and that will push them into that many times. And I think something she said herself years ago and she's forgotten, which is the forget the witch. But I think she's forgotten. It's not about the potions. It's not about the herbs. It's not about the, woo, 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 woo. It's about going out, re with nature. Okay, girl. Thank you for coming by. I love you, sweetheart. Big hugs to you. We have got to remember to go back to basics. Go outside, take off your shoes, and walk in the grass. Don't talk. Listen. Listen around you to the birds, to the breeze. Feel the sun, or if it's nighttime, feel that energy flow. Don't talk. Shut up. Listen. Reconnect. Mother Earth is real. You can take every other god and goddess and erase it. She's real. You depend on her. This planet we live on. Never forget back in the 80s, they had done some, they turned a satellite back on the Earth. She registered as a life form. I've never forgotten that. She's alive. Her consciousness is beyond ours, but she's there. And if you feel like something's missing, go there. Go outside. Get out of these human-made buildings. Walk away from this technology here. Turn off your phone. Take an hour a day. Even if it's just 15 minutes if you're super busy. Go out there before you go to bed at night and just sit and listen and be. And that's my message to anybody who is interested at all. I want to thank you guys. I know you've got to go, and I don't want to go on and on and on. But I did want to get that out there to explain where I am, why I did what I did. And I want to tell everybody I love you. And listen, I'm sorry for your loss. I hope your appointment goes really well, sweetie. And you be safe out there with all the crazies in the road. People lose their mind, they get behind the wheel of a car. But I love everybody. I thank anybody that has been here with me, spent a little time with me. And hopefully I'll get this organized and I can do it again. And if you want to, let me know. Like, comment below. Just let me know if you'd like to. If you want me to do one about health, just want to do another session channel. Until then, I love you. Listen, be